Ms. Alison King, who is the project consultant, says the focus of the review is on the administrative section of the building code. Legislative amendments as well as an implementation plan and communication strategy are also part of the process.
In 2015, OECS for 4 countries reviewed the technical provisions of the building code. And those countries thought that the administrative provisions should be tailored to the requirements of individual countries. So OECS decided to do that for all 9 OECS member states. And I started this job in January. And the first thing I had to do was look at best practice for administration of building codes in other jurisdictions and present those to countries. I did that, made recommendations based on their feedback for what they would like to see in their own building codes, for the administration of their building codes. And we've had an iterative process of consultation, culminating with the last round of visits to the countries in November and December of last year, where draft administrative sections of the building codes for each country were presented, as well as recommendations for regulatory reform to complement what's being recommended in the building code.
The document was revised and circulated for review and to give feedback. The intention was to have a final version ready by January 2018.
The administrative section of the code looks at where it is that we decide that the building guidelines, which are a simpler form of guidance for design of buildings, for up to what size and complexity of building the building guidelines apply, and thereafter the code applies. And at that stage you require certification of plans by professional architects, engineers. It makes provisions for what is called in the code check consultants for relatively complex buildings. And these would be persons who would be brought in as a third-party review to look at the designs, look at quality control during construction, conduct independent inspections and reporting to the authority. These are some of the main changes, I'd say, in the building code.
Ms. King believes that revision of the island's building code should be done more frequently than has been the case.
The current revision of the code, the 2015 revision, has incorporated climate change considerations for differently able. Renewable energy is going to come in soon, because CrossQ has been working independently on a project that looks at energy efficiency and these kinds of things. So ideally your code should be a document that you can amend and adapt as your circumstances change and as new technologies come on stream.
St. Lucia's building code was last reviewed in 2015. For the DBS News World, I am Sheffield Gillard.